Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair and Excellencies and distinguished delegates and ladies and gentlemen. And my name is Dorjsuren, and it has given me great pleasure to extend to you all of very warm greetings on behalf of Institute of Strategic Studies, which I'm working. And today's my presentation is not an official view of our government, and I would like to share my views about multilateral security mechanism in Northeast Asia and about the role of Mongolia. And this year, 2017, I think it's a special year for Mongolia because in 1992, Mongolia declared itself a nuclear weapon-free state. And this year is the 25th anniversary of our declaration of non-nuclear weapon-free state. But I think that today, despite the economic potential or in terms of security, many scholars argue that still power structure in Northeast Asia, dispute of power in which two states have a majority of economic and military and cultural influence. However, so-called shifting balance of power or radical changes in the security environment provides more opportunities for regional countries to strengthen its military capacities. As we know, Mongolia have a big two neighbors, Russia and China, and also we have a third neighbor policy. It's countries including U.S. and Japan and South Korea. But if you see statistics, according to the most recent statistics, China will increase military spending in 2016 by 7 or 6.6%, and also Japan has improved their military capacities record high, like 5.5 trillion yen. And also South Korean Ministry of National Defense had required a military budget for about $36 billion and for fiscal year for 2016. And also, as we all know, that North Korea constantly maintains and trains its nuclear deterrence and military capacities. And for a country which we not really have strategic policy on Northeast Asia, but Mongolia as a country of a part of Northeast Asia, we really worried about this increasing of our partners, our neighboring countries, their military capacities. And also, so according to a report of Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, the combination of the following factors are relating with increased military spending. And the factors is, the first is foreign policy objectives, and second about real or perceived threats, and third about armed conflict policies to contribute to military multilateral peacekeeping operations, and fourth the ability of economic resources. And follow this approach, my presentation examined several regional security trends emerged in the region and how Mongolia, role of Mongolia to contribute peace and stability in the region. First of all, I'd like to say the regional institution building in Asia has long been focused on Southeast Asia, so-called comparatively advanced institutional structure of ASEAN. But as we all know that in Northeast Asia, according to many analysts, the region calls an effective and new security mechanism adapted to the changes of political relations and also the fast development of economic and interdependence among the nations. Also, some scholars which highlight that shouldn't base its security mechanism measures on not just on bilateral framework, no longer. Even the institutionalization of Northeast Asia has been widely regarded as impossible. But as we all know, in 2013, South Korean president initiated a Northeast Asian Peace and Cooperation Initiative, it's a NAPSI. Also in the same year, Mongolian president initiated a Ulaanbaatar dialogue on Northeast Asia. These initiatives are still, I think it's important mechanism in Northeast Asia, including track 1.5 government officials to non-government actors, and also to track 2 non-governmental actors. But many scholars, for example, some scholars may think about the NAPSI after new president of South Korea. Is this issue will continue or not? This is also from Mongolia side. It's a very interesting issue, and I hope that this initiative will continue. And the main problem, I think, is how regional countries could cooperate more effectively toward mutual trust and benefit. I think that the fundamental concept of effectiveness approach is the agenda of multilateral security mechanism should be related with all aspects of human security threats, including traditional and non-traditional and economic security issues. If we compare, for example, the two initiatives between NAPSI and Ulaanbaatar dialogue, for example, in NAPSI, we're more focused on non-traditional security issues. But as you know, Ulaanbaatar dialogue, we organizing every June of every year, and we also focusing on traditional security issues. We inviting all parties of Northeast Asia, including North Korea and US, and also as observers, European Union and European countries, including like Germany and Poland. And that's why I think that from Mongolian, I think that many scholars, I think that there can be no multilateral politics without bilateral relations. And unlike many countries in the region, Mongolia have a good relation between all countries, including both North and South Korea. And I think that Ulaanbaatar is the capital of Mongolia. I think it's a good third country location in which countries could meet for dialogue. Also, I'd like to say that many scholars point out the importance of element of multilateralization in Northeast Asia is the expansion of a membership. First, according to the South Korean scholar Nim Chung, he mentioned that given the post-Cold War regional multilateral proposal emerged from the middle powers as Australia and Canada, and that North Korea currently places more weight of improving relations with these countries, engaging in the multilateral process as Canada and Australia and Mongolia. And I think personally, we even in between Mongolian scholars, we have some difference of view on, for example, we should engage North Korea on multilateral security dialogues, or we just should isolate, or how the world should be deal with North Korea. And I think this is also a big issue for all countries in Northeast Asia. But for example, in a framework of a Ulaanbaatar dialogue, every year we organizing also energy security network meeting, and we inviting also North Korean delegations on the, and I think today is also it's effective to engage North Korean citizens on multilateral dialogues and events focused on non-traditional security issues. And for example, in 2015, we organized a youth multilateral dialogue in Mongolia, including all parties, young scholars from six countries. And I think I'm very positive on the role of Mongolia on multilateral security mechanism. Still, we have a small state. We don't really have a strategic interest on how. We're not a really big player on this dialogue, but I think Mongolia, even we have a little bit economic difficulties in our country, but I hope we can do more on achieve our role in peace and development on Northeast Asia. Thank you.